Ken Griffin yesterday of Citadel said that he sees gold as more of a safe haven right now than the dollar. Do you agree?
Oh, certainly. I mean, I think, tell you a story. I've been trading markets since I was a kid, and between my college year and going to graduate school in the summer of August 1971, I was clerking on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange, and I followed markets. And on Sunday night, Paul Volcker and then President Nixon, really, it was President Nixon, delivered the message that you're not going to get your money. Gold was money then. So we viewed things differently. Like money, fiat money as we think about it today, was like checks in a checkbook so that you can go get your gold. And we looked at things through a gold lens. I walked on the floor of the stock exchange. I thought, this is a big crisis because you're not going to get your money. People are not. And the stock market, I thought it was going to go down a lot. Stock market went up a lot. And I went and I studied history. That's, by the way, why I study history. So I studied history, and I found out the exact same thing happened in March 1933 with Roosevelt getting on the radio and doing the exact same thing. In other words, devaluing money, okay? In other words, so when we're looking at the world now, we look at it through our currency lens. We think things go up or down when we're measuring it in our currency. But in reality, the currency goes up and down. And so as we start to think about that, okay, think about what's happening. Yes, it's a currency. It's an alternative currency. It's not a fiat currency.
So do you think that it actually makes perfect sense that the stock market is hitting record high after record high at the same time that gold is hitting record high after record high?
Yes. Yes. It's very much like the early 70s. And then the question, because what do you put your money in? Okay. Of course, the stock market has, we can't speak about the stock market as a whole, of course, because the stock market is so bifurcated, and the world stock markets are so bifurcated. But yes, that is the dynamic. It depreciates the value of money, and then it costs, because everybody, it's all about a storehold of wealth. What is your storehold of wealth? What's it going to be? A currency should be a medium of exchange and a storehold of wealth. But when you have so much debt, that debt is money and money's debt. I mean, debt is money, meaning when you hold debt, you're holding a promise to receive money. And when I say money is debt, when you're holding money, you're putting it in a debt instrument. And so for those reasons, when you have such a supply of debt and debt instruments, and it's not an effective storehold of wealth, it's natural to go to an alternative storehold of wealth, which is why we're going to harder currencies. And, and of course, gold is the most fundamental of those, not only because of the many years, but even there, it's, as they say, it's the only asset that somebody can hold that you don't have to depend on somebody else to paying you money for it.